Hi, and welcome to another tutorial from Elephants and Polka Dots. I am Kim, and I'm going to walk you through some steps to best utilize your Embroidiance software, your embroidery machine, and your Cricut maker. They all can work together if you follow these simple steps. Now, I do have other videos in my YouTube channel that reference cutting material or fabric with the Cricut Maker and using your embroidery machine. However, I did receive multiple requests asking for me to walk everyone through all of the steps from start to finish. So this is what I'm going to do today. So thanks for joining me, and I'm going to show you how to best use your software, your machine, and your embroidery machine to make the perfect design. Now, say that you are making multiple shirts with the same design. This is probably your best bet to get everything cut out so you don't have to use your scissors multiple times. And you can basically cut all your fabric out way before you have to put it on your embroidery machine to make the process for you go a little faster. So I'm going to walk you through. So the design that I have is from So Cute Appliques. You can find her designs on Etsy or on her website, which is So Cute Appliques. She also has a Facebook page. Of course, it's So Cute Appliques, and she has some adorable designs. This particular one is the ho 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 for the Christmas, and I just love the details on this. So let me show you exactly what I mean by using the Cricut machine with your embroidery software and your Embrilliance software. To get started, you want to go to the window pane where it has the name of your design. And you are going to just tap left click, and what it will do, it will rotate. The arrow will rotate facing down, and it will open up every stitch part of each layer. And what you're wanting to find is the applique part. So typically it's just a couple stitches, maybe 100 or a little bit more than 100 stitches. So you can actually highlight each part of these, but I am just looking for this part that says ho. So I know this is typically the first part of her design. She usually does the applique first and then the rest. So I am going to click on the first um, set of stitches, and then I am going to go down here and click on color. When you click on color, you are going to have two options. You're going to have color or applique, and we don't want to necessarily worry about the color. I am just going to click on applique. As of right now in the Brilliance, my stitches aren't set for applique. So I am going to go down here to applique position. And as you can see, there is fabric view. So if you want this to fill in with fabric, you very well could, but I'm not so much concerned about that. What I am looking for is this section right here where it says cutting, because what it's going to do is going to give me the die line for my Cricut Maker to use. So I'm not worried about the number right now, because what you want to do is go into your Cricut Maker software or your Cricut design space to actually work on the size there, because when you bring it in, it's going to be distorted anyways. So I'm going to click save. And when I click save, it's going to bring up multiple things. And then I'm going to go to desktop, and I'm going to click, I'm going to keep the name the same, and then I'm going to save this as a SVG. And then I'm going to hit OK. So now what I have on my desktop is a SVG that my Cricut Maker can read. So I'm going to hop out of this, and I will meet you in Cricut Design Space. Before we enter into Cricut Design Space, I want to bring something to your attention that is extremely important to ensuring that your fabric will be cut to the correct size. Now, as you can see that my design, if I click off of this, my design is about a 7 by 7 design. However, of course, you don't want your fabric to be cut in that by that dimension. So you're going to click on that first die line, which is typically your placement stitches, and you're going to look at this number right here. You want to write this number down because what we are going to do in the Cricut design space, we're going to take this number right here and we're going to actually type it in Cricut design space. And you'll see what I mean. So keep in mind that I'm going to use this number right here to tell me how wide my fabric should be. Okay, I brought my design into Cricut Design Space, and as you can see, my design is super large, and that's not going to cut it for my embroidery design. So I have to do some extra steps to make it almost the exact same size as my applique pieces. So remember, I told you not to worry about using the number, the inflate number in the cutting section of Embrilliance, but you needed to focus exactly on this number. So what I am doing, I'm going to take this number and put this in decimal, and then I'm going to use that number to put right in this section in Cricut. And as you can see, there are some things that are totally black, so I'm going to change that so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so here we go. So I know that my design is about 4.81, but I'm going to increase that just a little bit to ensure that when my Cricut cuts it, it's going to cover the area that I need it to be. And for some reason, okay, let's try this again. So I need this to be 4.87, and then I'm going to make this, and you don't worry about it shrinking on you. And there we go. Now I'm going to zoom way in to get to my pieces. Okay. Now I feel so much better that this is going to absolutely match my design. And you can definitely cut this out this way, or you can separate it. And when you ungroup it, just make sure you pick up all the pieces. So here's the H, and there's the O. And then what I'm going to do is send it to my Cricut to cut out the pieces. As you can see, it's so simple to use all three to make that perfect cut every time. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Etsy at Elephants and Polka Dots. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.